the world meets nobody halfway. Do you understand what that means? If you want something, you gotta take it. You gotta take it. Over the top. Hi. Hi, everyone. It's me, Brian, again, with No More Popcorn Reviews. I'm sorry, that was a really, really terrible impression. But Over the Top is a really, really fucking badass movie. If you guys have never seen it, check it out. Highly recommend it. Arm wrestling. Trucks. Family. Good, solid stuff. Anyways, I just got through watching a movie that I got a few days ago, and I wanted to talk to you all about it for a few minutes. It is a horror movie, and it's a found footage film. One of my favorite genres. I know they can either be really, really bad or really, really good. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys the packaging for the movie, and then we will go into reviewing the actual movie itself. Okay, anyway, the movie is called Fear Footage. The Fear Footage. All right, here it is. Now, I do want to start off by saying I love everything about this packaging. It is super freaking cool. Okay, it's a found footage film, like I said. Comes in an evidence bag. That's awesome as fuck. I've never seen that before. Thought that was a really sweet, nice extra touch to it, okay? Let's go ahead and get that out of here, though, so we can get to the good stuff. All right, set that aside. There's the cover of the movie here. Okay. One of the most terrifying movies I have ever seen. All right. On April 19th, 2016, Deputy Leo Cole vanished. The next morning, his body camera was found. It's got a cool little bloody tape there. All right. Name on the spine. Shoo, hey, look at all those awards up there. Good gravy. I just watched this by myself at midnight. I was scared to walk down the hallway. Okay. So as you can see, a lot of really positive stuff about this movie. Okay. There's not a whole lot at all about the company that put this out, or no credits, no actors' names, nothing. There's this little emblem. I don't really know what that means. Maybe that's the company that put it out. English and color. That's good. 72 minutes runtime. Fearfootage.com. The marketing behind this movie is really cool. It was very Blair Witch-esque. Sorry again for all that fidgety stuff. I will eventually get a camera to do these things properly. All right, so you open it up. Here's your disc. Here's all this stuff. I really do like that. Once again, it's no content. It's just smeared bloody fingerprints. That's pretty cool. And it is creepy. It's a nice little creepy touch. All right, this is a sticker. Okay. All right. Pop that open. We've got some paperwork in here. Missing Leo Cole. All right. So this is a missing poster. That's a really awesome addition. You know, this was a really small indie company, if you couldn't tell. And they really took their time, I'm sorry, with the packaging on this stuff. This is really cool. You don't get stuff like this, you know, with higher end movies, that you sometimes pay a lot more than I paid for this. This was not an expensive buy at all. Okay, pull this out. Did notice too, this is like a note that comes with the movie. It's got all the bloody fingerprints and stuff all over it. Looks really cool. And here's, let me see if I can, all right, I'll leave that right there if you guys want to pause it and read over the stuff. This is just the, well, it's basically just a breakdown of what you're about to watch. Gives you an explanation of everything, and yeah. All right. Let me put this back in here, and we're going to dive into talking about the movie. Okay. Packaged up. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. I am a packaging junkie. I love this shit. I think it's really super cool when companies go out of their way to give you a little bit of extra stuff. And I was very, very pleased. A+ on the packaging of this movie. I love the fact that it does not give very much detail. There's nothing to spoil it. It seems very... It's a very good marketing technique for a found footage movie. It's keeping it as legit as it possibly can. Commenting on the fact that there's no company or actors' names or anything like that. They're not even included in the movie, okay? When you pop the movie in, your display comes up, which is this image, and it says play footage. And you hit play, the movie goes through, and then it just ends. No credits, no notations, I mean, nothing. Okay, it's just done. So I do really appreciate that. There is a couple of aspects of this, though, that are not very good. And that's the movie. I am not all about knocking people, their attempts at anything like it's just, I do not want that to be my bag. That is not what I'm into. I'm not here for that. I understand the time and the passion and the love and, you know, money and everything that goes into making a movie. But dear God, this one really, really let me down. I'm not gonna lie. It's, in my humble opinion, it was pretty bad. Like, the wife decided to leave me and the kids chose her bad. You start off with the Deputy Cole guy. So you hear a police dispatch, spoilers, okay? So people are calling in to the police station saying this house that has been demolished, I think it said for like over a year, has just recently popped back up onto the street. And the cops are like, yeah, fucking house is back? Like it just came back? Everybody's like, hell yeah, it just came back. It's fucking weird. So this cop, Deputy Cole, he goes to the house and he's investigating, and he sees the TV pops on, static, got scary. And he's like, oh, might as well watch what's in the VCR. So he pops in the tape that is the fear footage. It's sticking out of the VCR. And you then realize that you're about to see an anthology film, okay? So it's very much like the VHS movies, if you've ever seen those. So he pops that in. The first video is called, I think it was called The Birthday Party or something like that. And it was like a killer clown concept, and you basically just had this kid standing at the top of stairs for 15 minutes going, Mom! Mom! And yeah, I know that doesn't sound like much of a breakdown, but I don't want to give every single thing about the movie away. But yeah, Killer Clowns is the first one. Then, you know, it'll cut after the first anthology, or after the first, you know, like film like that, it'll cut away, it'll go back to the officer investigating more of the house to try to figure out what's going on, and he ends up finding this girl's diary. I think it said she was like 13 or about to be 14, and by reading this diary, he sees that she killed her family. She was hearing voices and getting sick and all this stuff, and her parents made her go to a therapist. Therapy wasn't helping, it was only getting worse, so she decided to do what the voices told her to do, and that's to murder her whole family. Okay. So after that, he goes and he's like, I wonder what else is on that tape. So he pushes it in, and we get our second story. And this is, it was about a team of storm chasers. And this one went into like cult, like satanic cult stuff. I was cracking up pretty hard because there was this scene that had it said like they're in this, I don't know exactly what it was, some kind of building, but all these tunnels and all this graffiti everywhere. And there was a part where there was a pentagram spray painted, but it wasn't correct. It wasn't like an actual pentagram, you know, because a pentagram would be like an inverted star. Anyway, the attention to detail was not that great in this movie either. So he watches that one, and then he's walking around the house again. I do have to say there are a couple of effective jump scares. You know, if you're into that kind of thing. And fear itself is subjective. I'm sitting here ripping this movie apart. You know, I know there's people out there that like it because I found out about this movie from watching someone talk about it. They're like, hey, this is really good. And I'm like, hey, I should check it out. So, yeah, this is just to each their own. This just wasn't necessarily my cup of tea. So anyway, he's walking around the house, and then he, you know, pops in the tape again. We get the third story. This last one, pastor like murdered a bunch of kids and burned his church down or something. This guy is living in his apartment right next to where this happened, and he's claiming that he hears all these cries or some kind of weird noises at night, and he tells his girlfriend or his wife or whatever about it, and she's like, are you back on drugs again? And she takes their kid and leaves this poor bastard because she thinks he's taking drugs again because he hears crazy shit outside of their apartment at night. This one really had me cracking up because it was so oddly specific, like the way it was written, that like it was so fake and just not, there was nothing believable about it from the performances or anything like that. Yeah. So anyway, that one ends, and then the very end of the movie is the officer walking around the house. He ends up seeing, you know, like this demonic version of the little girl and all these other people. And that's it. Yeah, like I said, I'm not. You might watch this movie and you might absolutely love it. I am a little upset just because I love found footage movies so much when they're good, and I had heard a lot of hype about this movie, and I was really hoping for more out of it, and it's, you know, you can't win them all. I do appreciate, because I know that the budget on this is very limited. I only know that just because you can tell from the movie, and they did utilize what they had very well. It's not like it's a terrible looking movie or anything like that, and you could tell that it was very well thought and or thought out, and they did fine, you know. Just once again, not my cup of tea. I'm sorry. So yeah, it is good for a few laughs. Okay, if you're into those things it does fall almost on that line of it's so bad it's funny, to me at least. So yeah, check it out though. Come up with your own thoughts on it. To me, virtually any movie is worth the watch just so you can find out about more stuff. So that's been my review of the Fear footage. Yeah, all right guys, have a good night. I'm gonna go drink a fucking beer after this one because I feel like I've earned it. That is the last thing I do want to say is this has a runtime of 72 minutes. I can't even tell you the amount of times I was checking to see how much longer the movie was. Yeah. Okay. All right. Have a good night, guys.